Alright guys, now I'm going to do part 1 of the Stampede build. Now it's just going to be focusing on the differential. You take these 4 little bars, you put it into this hole. Like, there's these 2 raised and then 2 lowered. Trying to go as fast as I can without causing any issues. Like, see here, 2 raised and 2 lowered. Doesn't matter what bar you're using. They're all the same size. There's that one more little groove, or should I say hole, for that little bar. Sorry guys, I'm just, when it comes to little things, it always annoys me, especially when you try to get this last little bar into that little hole. Okay, third strike, I'm gonna do it. Okay, now I got that bar in. Now you take these 3 gears, they're all the same size. What you do is just put it in there. Doesn't matter which way. It's all on your preference of which way would you like it to be. So just get all these in. And if you guys were asking, was I flipped out and to work on his differential gear? Whoops. Work on his differential gear for the first time. Oh, I was a little bit flipped out, and when I was looking at it, I thought it wasn't too bad. Now you get this side of the shaft. You just kind of put it in, slide it in, make sure they're spinning. Okay, yeah, I saw a little spin out of them. Now let's just grease these all up. Now what I use is just moly lithium grease, which don't matter what you use. Actually, for the differential, just use kind of moly lithium or Traxxas grease. People use others, but oh well. Now you got that much in there. No, you don't have to fill it that much, but I just like mine to be pretty far filled. Now what you do, you just get this little bar, kind of get into the hole. You already get into that hole, and we do. Actually, I could have done this earlier, I guess. Okay, I'll be right back, guys. Okay, guys, now, once you got that in, now, as you can notice, I clean up the sides a little bit. Or if this did for stuff. Okay, there it is. See that slot? And you see these slots right there? What you do is you kind of get this in there. Or try to. I'll be back. I'll be right back. Okay, guys, now I got all that in. Just wipe off all the extra grease. You take these 4 screws, which they're hex, for like most of their differentials, like the XO5 has the hex. Okay, just get all those 4 screws in and then tighten them down. After you got all those 4 screws in, and make sure to grab one of these sides, make sure it's supposed to, like, they're spinning freely. Like when you spin this side, the other will spin the opposite direction. Now for the transmission, which is held with 2 bearings on each side, just like that. And be sure always, when you build your transmission, be sure you always check your bearings before you put it all together, because I had that issue before. Now get this bar, put it in here, make sure it's down pretty good. Then get your Teflon washer, that's what people call it. Get your idle gear, Like, just put one bearing on each side. So 2 bearings in total. Oh, I thought I heard something. Be sure you have your washer in there. And then usually you would have a Teflon washer right there, but for some reason mine was lost or something. Or it could have been my fault, it could have been the factory's fault or whatever. But I'm fine. If I lose one, then who cares? Now this one does have Teflon washers on each side. Be sure that um that there's a bearing in there. Be sure that's in there. Be sure it's spinning freely. Then you get your differential. Then you put it in here. Alright. Make sure that's spinning pretty freely. And then now time for another grease, which is called white lithium grease. Now once you grease them up, sometimes I'll overfill them just to be safe and whatever. And now you put your other half of your car. Make sure your Teflon washers and bearings are on each side. I only have 3 Teflon washers. You're supposed to have 4, and with bearings you're supposed to have 2 in here, 1 on each side, then 1 on each side. So basically, I have everything except for 1 Teflon washer, which is kind of fine with me, which is mostly not good, but still got it for free. You never complain about that. I'll just be sure it kind of gets in. Here, I'll put it in different. Here, I'll try it in this angle. Just be sure kind of line it with your differential. Sometimes a little bit of a pain to get in there. Okay, I'll be right back. Now, basically, once you got that in, you would have all these screws. One is shorter than the rest. But once you have the XL5 wrestler, I noticed you get the longest one and one shortest one. The shortest one goes right there. The longest one goes right there. But for my Stampede, you get one short one, the rest of the long one. Because these 2 screws do not. There's 2 screws that don't go in here. There's actually a rear motor guard or a wheelie bar for the VXL series. So just grab a little one, goes in there. The rest of them goes in here and here and one in here. Actually, I remember 2 of them were I remember one of them wasn't able to like just go in there. One in here and then one in here. Actually, I guess there was only one. And then now tighten all these screws. Alright guys, so that's all the screws. And then now what you get is you get some tape. Just kind of put it right there. Make sure it's not on the screws. And then that's all I'm gonna be doing for today. And I was gonna do other stuff, but since this transmission had all the hardware, I was gonna do it. So that's it for this part 1 build for the Stampede.